Hello and welcome to the Clan Show, your one-stop shop for all Clan fans, and it's the first official Clan Show of the 2015-2016 season, and it's an absolutely packed show we've got for you as well. We've got a huge interview with Chris Holt. We struggled to cut that one down, so it's going to be an extra long special for you. You'll enjoy that. We've also got footage from our jersey launch at Braehead Arena. Big numbers turned out as well for that one. Great night there. We've also got a live link-up with our Canadian Supporters Club. Yeah, you didn't know we had one of those. Yeah, well, you do now. We'll be talking to them a little bit later on. Also, your usual competitions, notice boards, and everything like that. But first up, let's have a little recap of the season so far. Obviously, all the excitement started with the Champions Hockey League. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But first up, let's have a little recap of the domestic season so far. Braehead's first foray into domestic action was on Saturday the 12th at Fife Ice Arena. Barry McKenzie scored 2 goals in 8 seconds as the Clan romped to a 5-1 victory against their Scottish rivals. The very next night was also in the Challenge Cup against Scottish opposition, and goaltender Chris Holt picked up his first shutout as the Clan won 3-0. A week later, on Saturday the 19th, and the Clansmen faced a much more difficult road trip to Cardiff. An exhilarating game which went into overtime, the Devils just edging it 5-4. However, Clan picked up their first league point. A long bus trip from Wales to Dundee was next in store the very next night, and back to Challenge Cup action. The Stars showed that they're real contenders for the Gardner Conference and ran out a worthy 2-1 winners. And just last weekend, another road trip, or should I say ferry trip, this time to Belfast. Clan took an early lead through Thomas Nesbitt, but a late flurry of goals in the third period saw the Giants take the victory 4-1. And finally, the very next night, Sunday the 27th, Clan were in Nottingham. A Brian Schmidt goal after just 34 seconds of the game, and another 25 seconds later from Kolnick, saw Braehead get off to a terrible start. Despite a more positive second period, Clan eventually were defeated 4-1. Well, certainly some disappointing results at the end there, but I think it's very important to remember the talent and ability we've already seen out of this team, and especially in the Champions Hockey League. I think we all know there's one result that we'll all remember for a very long time. Well, a wonderful atmosphere here. A packed out Vacuo Lakers Arena. Ryan Finnerty looking pretty nervous about this one there. Sam Hallam looking very confident indeed. And well, he might as well, because the Vacuo Lakers stream forward very early on in the first period. The shot comes in, and it's a wonderful backhanded finish there from Blunt to put it past Chris Holt. And the Clan fans must be wondering what score this is going to be, but indeed the Clan had a comeback. Here it is now behind the goal line. It comes open, and there's only one man you want in that situation. It's Stefan Meyer to level the score on the power play. With just 10 minutes gone, Clan find themselves level. Incredible result at this stage, and look how much it means to him there. And despite what you remember, there was no goals in the second period whatsoever. Just straight to the third period now, and it's still 1-1 for the Clan. And Stefan Meyer comes through. Stefan Meyer does it. It's incredible. It's incredible scenes. Clan on top of the world. Stefan Meyer fires through to score the third goal. Only the third goal in this game. And that's all. That's it. That's exactly how it ended. That's how we're remembering it. The Vacuo Lakers players taking it very well. That's going to be a tough one for them to take. But Clan, champions of Europe. And we also beat Ingolstadt as well. That's how I choose to remember that game. That's how we should all choose to remember that game in Sweden from now on. Okay? Done. Now, of course, with a new season comes new players, and the fans got their chance to get up close and personal with the new players at the jersey launch, which was held at Braehead Arena in the shopping centre. It was a fantastic turnout, and of course our cameras were there to catch the fun.
Good evening, shoppers. We'd just like to let you know that we have a range of gentlemen's jerseys on display tonight. They come in 3 colours, white, black and purple!
This can only mean one thing. Tonight must be the Braehead Clan Jersey Launch!
An estimated 1,000 fans turned up in the centre at Braehead to get a closer look at their new team for this season, and also to congratulate them on a fantastic European performance. There was also a game-worn jersey auction, but not everyone got what they wanted.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please put your hands together for our new look 2015-16 Bray Head
Quite a lot of bidding going on tonight from you guys. Did you have any names in particular you were gunning for?
I had a couple. We were thinking Jackman, Nesbitt, and Pitt. We like Pitt. But there was a few we could have gone for, but we weren't
We
quite
want to
sure.
go for some of the, the big names.
Aye, and what did you end up with?
Nothing.
Tough luck, guys. Tough luck. And what top have you got there?
Barry Mackenzie's.
Let's have a quick look at the back. And he signed it as well. Fantastic. And now, did you come in looking for that top, or was it just one that took your fancy?
I like Barry Mackenzie also because he's Scottish, and we've seen him before at the Socky signing, and my dad just thought, well, he's Scottish, and you're going to have it forever. So
That's a good idea. Come on, the Scottish guys. Plenty of Scots this year. So it was another winner here. What jersey have you gone for?
I've gone for McKeever's. Well, it's actually pronounced McIver because it's same surname as me. So
you're a McIver, but he's a McKeever, but it's spelled the same.
He's in Scotland, so it's pronounced McIver.
Absolutely. You're in Scotland now, Nate. We're going to change things. We need to tell Nesbitt that as well.
Oh, definitely, will do.
So did you do much bidding tonight?
Unfortunately not, no. We were looking to go to Florida next year, so we decided to go to travel agents instead. So no.
Cool, fair enough. So you seem really excited to be here. Did you buy any jerseys?
I didn't have a chance to buy any jerseys. We get paid next week, so
all right.
Currently don't have any money. Especially, I wanted Jacko's, but $450. That's $450 in the end. That's a bit expensive for me.
And what is your job?
I play ice hockey every now and again.
No way.
I try, but the other guys have to help me out quite a bit. So
I think there's quite a lot of ice hockey fans around here. Anyway, thanks for coming though. Anyway,
no, pleasure to meet you.
What's your name? Sorry.
Zach.
Sorry about that, Zach. Sorry about that one. So these hockey players, they're getting younger and younger every year, aren't they? It was a fantastic event though, and great to see the good name of the Braehead clan spreading, and it is indeed spreading far and wide. In fact, you'll be delighted to know that it's spreading across the sea. In fact, we'd like to go over live now to the CCSC, the Canadian Clan Supporters Club. Hello, Sean, over to you.
Thanks, Jerry. Sean Haney reporting for Clan TV. We're at Canada's Outdoor Farm Show in Woodstock, Ontario, and we thought we would ask all of the patrons here the question: who is going to win the British Elite League this year? Hey, Tim. Tim, who's going to win the league this year?
The Braehead clan.
Yeah, they're the favorite?
Without a doubt.
How come?
All just rock solid performance, yep. All around.
Yeah, good team, lots of depth.
As far as we can see, yep.
Yeah, and we're all the way over here in Canada, and we know hockey.
We do, yes.
Who's your favorite player?
Rick Jackman, yes. Former Anaheim Duck.
Yeah,
used to play there.
He won a Stanley Cup?
6 of them.
Yeah, what about his game that intrigues you the most?
He probably a real solid two-way player. Yep, he'll be first one back checking.
As a D-man.
Exactly.
Okay, who's going to win the championship this year?
I'm pretty sure the Braehead clan is going to take care of it.
They're the favorite?
Absolutely.
Yeah, why?
They're just a fast skating hockey team. They look like they can hit.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to watch them win.
Yeah, and you're Canadian, so you know what you're talking about here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They like to dig in the corners just like a good Canadian boy.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, who's your favorite player?
Probably Scott Arson, I'm going to say, is my favorite.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How come?
He's he's agile, good puck handling abilities. Just a solid all-around player.
Local boy. He played for the London Knights.
That's right. Watched him play. Won the Memorial Cup with Corey Perry that year. Great year to watch them play.
Okay, Matt. Who's going to win the British Elite League this year?
Absolute favorite is the Braehead clan.
Yeah. Who's your favorite player?
Stephen Meyer.
Who's your favorite player?
Stefan Meyer.
Why is he your favorite player?
He's amazing. Western Canadian boy, hard at work.
Ellen, who's going to win the league this year?
Well, the Braehead clan, of course.
Why would you think such a thing?
Because they're just the best ever, and they're all cute.
Who's your favorite player?
Well, I have so many. I kind of evaluate them on their glutes, their glute tendons.
Whoever has the best.
Whoever the best, yeah, and that's my favorite.
Whoever has the best bum is the one you choose.
Exactly. That's my sports criteria.
What's a glute? What's a glute?
Not gluten. Glutes.
Well, Tristan Harper is a model, so maybe it might be him.
Oh, nice hair.
Nice hair. Yeah.
Awesome. Tristan, I'm here. Ellen Sperry.
So, who do you think's going to win the Elite League the league this year?
Oh, Brayhead Clan, no problem.
Who's your favorite player?
Chris Holt.
Yeah, he's good?
Oh, he's one of the best.
Yeah, why?
He is just awesome. He is just the best player there is. There's nobody who can touch him in the league as far as I'm concerned.
Pete, who's going to win the league this year?
Oh, core blimey, man. Absolutely, it's got to be Finity's Purple Army.
The Brayhead Clan?
The Brayhead Clan, of course.
Yeah,
Who else?
You're a fan of the clan?
They're the best. There's no question.
Who is, or what do you like about them?
Well, they're just a bunch of fighting idiots, man. Come on, they get in there and they brawl away. It's a good fun.
And who's your favorite player?
Well, Matt Keith is the best, there's no doubt.
What do you like about his game?
Well, he's dirty in the corner, man. He gives them the elbow in there and he just whacks them good. It's good fun. It's the way Canadian hockey should be.
So who's going to win the league this year?
Brayhead Clan, I think. Gotta be.
For sure?
For sure.
Have to be the favorites?
Yeah, nobody's in close.
Okay, who's your favorite player?
Probably Jamie Fritsch. I followed him since Ivy League days.
Yeah. Why is he your favorite player?
Good D-man, good skater. I feel like he'd be better utilized at forward, but a good D-man.
Moves the puck well, eh?
Yeah, he's almost like a fourth forward out there.
Yeah, like the coach should really know where to put him.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to question that. Okay, Tom, who is going to win the league this year?
Well, I follow that league, and I really like what the Brayhead Clan are doing. I think they're going to go all the way. Yeah.
They're going to be able to overtake the Nottingham Panthers and the Sheffield Steelers?
No problem. The Steelers are not doing it this year.
No, they're just they lack a lot of world class.
They didn't recruit the right people.
They didn't?
No.
Really? Not enough pace.
No.
Yeah. Who's your favorite player?
Well, I like Scott McPitt.
Scott Pitt? Yes, Mick Pitt.
It's Scottish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scott Pitt. All right.
Yeah. What do you like about his?
Did you say Brad Pitt? Brad, I'm here.
Brad McPitt.
So, what is it about Scotty Pitt's game that sort of attracts you?
Well, he's stable. He's stable on the ice. You know, you can try to knock him off the puck, and he won't do it. He's got that stance. You know, he's got the Cosby stance.
Yeah.
The Sydney stance there.
Yeah, the Sydney stance. Yeah. Well, Jerry, as you can see, I guess the verdict is in. Everybody here at the Outdoor Farm Show really has a keen opinion that this year's top of the table winner in the British Elite League is going to be the Brayhead Clan, and I have to say I would agree with them. The Purple Army is going to be at the top of the table for sure this year, and obviously the fixtures have already started, but everybody here is right behind them, and you even got a little bit of insight into who some of the favorite players are for some of the Canadians that are at the show here this week. Until next time, back to you, Jerry.
And thank you there, Sean. Thank you very much. Thanks. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff, although I'm not quite sure or convinced that they're watching all the webcasts that we're watching, although I'm sure Scotty McPitt certainly appreciated his name check there. Great stuff. We will look forward to hearing more from the Canadian Clan Supporters Club in future Clan shows. Right, it's time now for our regular interview section, and our new goaltender came with quite a reputation. We saw his CV, we saw his stats, playing in some of the world's top leagues. However, we also heard almost as much about his musical prowess. So I thought I'd head round to Chris Holt's house, the man in the middle of our goal, for a bit of a jam. But I was running late. You know what that traffic's like. And it's terrible. It's not my fault. Hey man, sorry I'm late there. There was a bit of traffic on the roads there, but as soon as I hit the single carriageway, boom, 70 miles an hour, so I got there as quick as I could for you.
I mean, you know that the single carriageway is 60 miles an hour, and I don't like liars. But, you know, you're late. I mean, it's your world. We all just live in it. But come on in. Yeah, we can jam. Don't worry about it. Yeah, come on in.
Didn't realise you knew so much about speed limits
in
the UK.
I do.
That's amazing.
Yeah, why don't you come on in? Just put your guitar right over here.
Stick it down, yeah? Anywhere?
Yeah, just anywhere is good. You know, just careful of the designer.
Yep.
Everything.
I like what you've done with the place. It's lovely.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you around a little bit if you want.
Yeah, like what, like MTV Cribs kind of idea?
Yeah, like just like that.
Okay, so this is the lounge.
This is the lounge living room. I got a couch.
Yep. Yeah, you've got exactly 3 things in it, haven't you?
I mean, it's made of leather, so that counts for something, right?
It's lovely.
These coffee tables come apart. So.
Yep. Well, that's quite a feature.
Well, I mean, don't forget my 32-inch.
Is that 32-inch
Well,
television?
it might 20. It's like 30 ballpark.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah. It's several inches. It's a several inch
It's
television.
like 90 centimeters, so that's pretty big, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
No, it's a good lounge. I like what you've done with it.
All right. Well, here, let's go see the kitchen here real quick.
Yeah, that sounds
pretty- I
exciting.
just redid the whole thing.
Wow.
So it's got like, I have like a sink. Got a fridge.
Yep. Can we have a look in the fridge? That might be interesting. Not that the rest isn't interesting.
Yeah,
just
I'm sure. If you
think
want
people
to.
would like to see.
It's full of.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't keep a lot here. I got some chocolate milk. You like chocolate milk?
Yeah.
It's great for recovery. That's why.
Okay.
That's why we.
It's pretty interesting fridge. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. That's really sad, actually. So.
We don't need to do the upstairs.
That's probably
I wouldn't
enough,
say.
right?
That's enough.
Yeah. Let's go.
Do you want to play guitar?
Yeah,
Let's do the
let's do
interview.
that. This is embarrassing, really. My name is Chris Holt. I'm number 31 for the Braehead Clan. I'm a goalkeeper. I'm 6'4", 110 kilos, one of the biggest goalies in the league. I play a hybrid style, and I like to handle the puck a lot, make a lot of passes, and try and generate offense for my team whenever I can.
Should we have a little jam first then?
Yeah, we can do that, but just actually really quick, before we get into that, there's something I wanted to kind of talk to you about, something I'd like to get off my chest, to be honest with you.
Okay.
When we first met, I thought that you and I were going to be like the best of friends. I thought we were going to be boys. We were like same personality, extroverted.
Yeah.
You haven't called. We haven't hung out at all, and I sometimes have a little trouble expressing myself through words, so I thought I'd do it through song. If you could just kind of just bear with me here and just sort of take this in.
You're gonna.
I'm gonna just listen for the deeper meanings, I guess. Between the lines is what I'm going for.
Yeah, cool. That's a good start to the interview.
You act like you don't know what you're missing every time you're hanging out with him. And by that, like the person you're referring to, like that you hang out with is
What, Alistair?
Yeah, you hang out with him a lot, and not me.
He's the cameraman though, that's why I need to...
Because it's safe, you're scared of everything you feel when we are burning the midnight down again. I'm not sure if you noticed there, but there's a candle, so we're kind of technically burning the midnight oil right now. Why should we go round and round the truth like we've been doing? Every time we lie, man, we're losing. So why should we spend Saturday night alone? And I can call you on the phone, pick you up, make it up as we go along. I mean, you really just need to call me just once. Just call me one. That's what I'm trying to say with that part right there.
Can I grab a glass of water?
Yeah, you can go grab a glass of water. Going all night or chasing that desire. Sparks flying in our eyes like a lighter. Get a little higher. We're sipping on fire. I feel like you didn't really get. I feel like you didn't get that at all.
So Chris, how did you get into ice hockey?
Well, you know what? It started when I was about 3 years old. My parents kind of just threw me in skates, as every Canadian father does.
Yeah.
And, I took one step out on the ice, and I fell horribly and smashed my head on the back of the ice. And I got up swearing that I would never play hockey again. And here I am today.
Wow,
and not even maybe 6 or 7 years later, they put me in goal for the first time. And I believe I lost about 20-0, and again swore to my father that I would never play goal again, and here I am, stuck playing hockey as a goalkeeper. So thanks, Dad. Man, way to.
And where was this you were living at the time?
In Vancouver. We were living in suburban Vancouver back in the time.
And so when did you move? You made the move down south then, didn't you?
Yeah, I moved down south when I was just turned 16. I moved to Billings, Montana to start my junior career, and from there went to the U.S. national team, and then into college, and turned pro at 20, and 11 years later, here I am at the Braehead Clan.
Tell us a little bit about that draft system. What's that like? Is it pretty crazy? Is it quite a tense time?
Yeah, it was definitely an intense time. I mean, I went to the draft.
Yeah.
I had a good, a lot of people telling me that you're probably going to get picked. And so being at the draft was something I wanted to make sure I experienced.
So you don't know. You have to go.
Yeah, you're going pretty, I mean, there's a lot of rankings and stuff, so you kind of can predict a little bit where you might go. And so we felt like it was worth it to go down there and experience that. And I didn't get picked on the first day, which was, a little harsh on the soul.
Were you expecting to go the first day?
Not really. I mean,
just hope.
It would have been ambitious, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because the cameras come up the aisleways, and it's sort of like, they're like, oh man, someone right around here is going to get picked right now. you know, and it's always like that guy in front of me or that guy next to me.
Do you remember
and it's
people
like,
from the
man.
draft that year who was in the
Yeah,
draft?
a lot of them. A lot of my friends were drafted that year. Like Brent Seabrook was picked.
Of course,
and, the first overall pick was Marc-Andre Fleury. He was a goalie, and so I mean, it was a tough pill to swallow. I remember I was being really choked up walking out of the arena, even though I knew it was a little ambitious to go on the
Hey, good
first
for
day.
you, man. Good
but
for
I
you.
was like, oh man, it would have been really great, you know. And now it's like, man, I really hope I get picked tomorrow because this is gonna be really embarrassing if I come all this way, and I'll be crying for sure. But
So how did you feel when you did get picked then?
just pure, you know, the purest joy that I'd ever felt up into my life at that time, and so.
And had you gone down with your dad?
Yeah, my mom, my dad, my sister were there. Everybody was there. My agent was there, and you know, when the 6th round rolled around, it was, you know, we felt like it was getting close, and the camera.
It was the Rangers that picked you.
The
was it?
Rangers, yeah, the Rangers.
Were you hoping for them as well, or like just?
I mean, I was hoping for the
16?
Canucks. You know, I'm from
Of course,
Vancouver, but yeah, being an original 6 team and having that many historic players play for them, it was a really fun. It was really fun first few years of my career to be part of that organization, and you know, I was on the bench. My second pro game was on the bench in New York, and to be in Madison Square Garden, and I was watching Henrik Lundqvist's first start, and so I mean, there's a lot of, you know, I'm sort of in the background of a lot of great moments in other people's careers.
What was it like being part of that NHL experience though, to kind of get on the ice and be in that arena?
It's surreal. I mean, how does it feel when your entire life's work comes to fruition? That's the satisfaction that you get from all the hard work that you put in just really sort of culminates into 1 second of emotion, and it's, you know, and then the next thing was being actually put into a game, and I was fortunate enough that my coach gave me a tap on the shoulder a few minutes before I went in to sort of let me wrap my head around what was about to happen. He knew it was my first time, and
so what was the scenario? What was the
well, Henrik was really struggling. We were in Washington. Henrik was really having a tough night, and we were down 4-0 after 2. And I thought to myself, man, it might be my time.
So a bit straight.
I stretched out a little bit in the intermission. I'm like, man, you know, good luck, Hank, but you know, God, throw a kid a bone. But
do you do that as a backup goalie? I mean,
you kind of mentally. You know, you understand the situation. The team's not playing well. Hank's having a tough night. You're like,
do you talk to him in the intervals there? Do you talk to him? Do you keep a separate?
I mean, me and Gary talk all the time in the intermissions, you know, but he's pretty closed off on the game day as a player like that, and so I've always just been kind of relaxed and loose, and but yeah, I mean, you can tell that I could tell he was frustrated, and I could tell the team was frustrated. They weren't playing very well, and there was a chance I was going to go in, and I knew it.
Yeah.
And then he gave up a quick one in the 3rd right away, and I was like, bam, this is going to happen. Like 5-0, get out of there.
Wow.
And so, yeah, he came down and tapped on my shoulder and said, listen, you're going to go in the next TV timeout. And I said, oh my God, it's like 2 minutes from now. So I just, instant butterflies, instant, you know, career sort of flashing before your eyes, you know, of all the steps that it took to get to that moment and all the people who told you it couldn't be done and everything like that. And to go out there and, you know, play, I think I played 18 or 17 minutes of that period, no goals.
Yeah.
Faced a power play right away. Ovechkin's out there on the power play. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to go badly. But nope, nobody scored. And
you blanked them out.
You blanked them out for a whole half period. And
wowzers.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So that was a big day for me.
And do you say anything to Henrik on the crossover there? Like, is there any eye contact?
He was good. No, he I mean, he knew it wasn't his night, but I mean, he was the king, you know, he knew who he was, and I wasn't threatening his job or anything. So he gave me a little good luck, you know, relax and, you know,
wow,
don't mess it up type deal, you know, like,
good luck, kid.
Yeah, good
don't
luck,
mess this
you know,
up.
good luck. You know, we got your back. And I was like, that's a nice little tap of support there. And, but yeah, a great moment in my life for sure.
Well, other than obviously the NHL as well, a lot of the people, when they were looking at your stats coming into this league, the KHL is the one that gets a huge mention because it was like a huge, obviously there's trouble going on there now at the moment, but like it's a really well-respected, renowned league, and you came in with some ridiculous stats from that year. What was your time like there, and what took you over there?
Well, I was kind of hitting some dead ends in North America. I mean, it's a very political game. There's a lot of money that's invested in a lot of players.
Yeah.
And I was playing well in the United States at the time, but didn't feel like I was getting the starts that I should get. Yeah. And it was a lot of dead ends. And I said, I need to kind of divert my route, and I need to go somewhere else to build some credit and hopefully come back.
Yeah.
And so I decided to leave and look overseas, and was fortunate enough to have a roommate while I was playing in the United States who was Latvian, you know, kind of dropped my name to Dinamo Riga in the KHL, and they jumped right on it, and you know, played there for a couple of years. Was fortunate enough to be an all-star in my second year there, and then it really started to kind of take off. And it was at that point that I wanted to come back to the United States and try again for the NHL. I, you know, went to the KHL, respected league, was an all-star. I was like, now I've got the kind of clout that I could maybe come back and be an impact player. And
is it quite tough to make that return? And like you said, you mentioned the politics of it.
I think that it could have happened, but it would have meant turning down a lot of good opportunities in Russia for a maybe. And at that point in the career, I was 27, and it was, you know, the American League in the U.S. was getting younger.
Yeah.
And, you know, the benefits of staying outweighed the possibility of going. So we decided to sign for a couple more years in the KHL.
Yeah. Is that travelling though been like an added bonus? Not something you maybe thought of beforehand? I don't know. Like, did you fancy the travel beforehand? Obviously, you're focused on your career.
Right.
But has that been an added bonus, or is it something you actually kind of fancied alongside it anyway?
I enjoy seeing the world. I enjoyed you know, all of that. Obviously, in my second year there, as far as travel goes, we lost an entire team in a plane crash, and that was difficult for the league. The travel conditions were difficult at the time. The planes were somewhat outdated and poorly maintained, and
really difficult circumstances
yeah,
to play under then. Like, obviously the tragedy happening, but I'm just like worrying that could this happen again?
Right, and that, I mean, I was there the year before, and there was concerns amongst a lot of players of, you know, is something going to happen to us while we're over here? Aside from being on the ice, you know, are these planes going to make it to their destination?
And you had your family at this stage then as well. Were they over?
They were in the States. They stayed in the States, yeah.
And who was in the family at that stage then? Did you have?
I had my wife Stacy and my daughter Skylar and son Dylan were around at that point. Dylan was very young.
So what are you telling them when you're talking back there? They've seen this.
Well,
disaster happen here. You've got to like.
My wife was actually there. They were there visiting me when I remember I took the trash down. And when I came back up, I walked in the house and my wife was crying. I said, well, that was quick. You know, what could have possibly happened in 5 minutes? Wow. And then she said, yeah, you know, Yaroslavl's plane crashed on their way to Minsk and there are no survivors. And so it was kind of like that could have been any of us. You know, that could have been any team. Everybody, I think, was sort of in the back of their mind waiting for that to happen. You know, and it's unfortunate that it takes a tragedy like that to make some, you know, much needed changes. And the travel from, you know, the next couple of years got a lot better, and from what I understand now is a lot better. So
did you think at that stage, did that have an effect on where you wanted to take your career? Did you think, I mean, not leaving immediately obviously, but like going, I've maybe achieved all I can here now, there's, you know, I maybe need another challenge away from the KHL?
I mean, at that time, you know, I was playing in Latvia, and we had a great plane, we had a good situation going, and I wasn't really that fearful. But I knew that going into some other cities, and from what I heard from other players who had been there, that's where some of the you know, more questionable situations were, and then it became sort of, how long do I want to play here? Do I want to get, you know, mixed up in one of these organizations that maybe doesn't have a great reputation for you know, paying players, or you know, just the way they conduct themselves on a professional level? You know, but again, you know, with a lot of zeros, you know, you just. Sometimes you just, I'll go for one more, and I'll go for one more, and they want answers on their contracts in April, and the NHL doesn't want to talk till July. So you got to either say yes or no, and we decided to say yes.
Yeah.
So then, in my final year there, I got injured in training camp, and I had a major knee surgery that took me out for the year, and that was the end of my KHL time.
So did you not feel like you maybe didn't get quite the support there all of a sudden? Like when you're injured, did you feel a bit left out to dry then, as an injured goalie?
I mean, that situation was not ideal, and that wasn't. I don't think that they handled that obviously the way that they should have. And but being a veteran in that league at the time, I could feel that something was going to go down. That was it was coming. I knew there was going to be a knock at my door eventually, and sure enough, it came, and I was out of there the next night.
Well, if I could talk to you as well about coming to Clan then, obviously, then, because it's an odd set of circumstances that have led you to even leave the NHL and leave the KHL. Tell us a bit about coming to the Clan. How did that kind of come about? Because obviously, you know, we had a very popular goaltender here in the form of Kyle Jones. He'd done really well, and then people were kind of expecting Jonesy to come back, and then all of a sudden, your name was mentioned, and so you could tell us a bit about that time.
Well, I just finished up my campaign in Znojmo in the Austrian League. And had a pretty successful season there. I was in the process of you know, getting offers from various leagues and stuff to go and play, and you know, Gareth Chalmers reached out to me directly and said, you know, before we even go any further, is coming to Braehead you know, any kind of possibility for you? And I said, well, at this moment, anything is a possibility.
Yeah.
And so you know, they sort of kept everything moving forward, and were very persistent in showing me that they were very serious about me coming here, and we sort of just developed a great relationship via phone, and he seemed like a very trustworthy guy, which is something at the current time I was really looking for.
Charming Chalmers comes in.
Yeah, and I had, you know, after a couple of tough experiences with Znojmo and in Ukraine, I was really looking for somebody with the reputation of being a relatively stand-up guy.
Yeah.
And
had you heard that reputation when you were doing your research on the club? Then is that what you'd?
Yeah, from what I had heard, it was a good place to go.
Yeah.
And everybody had said that the league is it's better than the reputation it has. You know, it's got a reputation amongst imports as being a very low-level league, but once you get here, you realize there's a lot of other, you know, North Americans and stuff here, and it's an underrated league.
Yeah.
And so my curiosity came, and I know, you know, I knew my career was kind of winding down, and I wanted to spend, you know, what would maybe be my final year in a place that I would enjoy playing hockey again and enjoy the people that I'm surrounded by. And it's wonderful being in an English-speaking community, even though I can barely understand you people all the time. Like, it's almost impossible.
You'll get used to it.
I'm getting used to it a little bit. But, you know, that went a long way too, is I wanted to have a great experience to remember the game that I loved and played so long. And that led me to Braehead.
Well, I hope you definitely get that here. And you mentioned final year there for a minute. I'll come back to that in a little second. But you're obviously thrown in the deep end, shall we say, in the first competitive game, shall we say, a little bit. Playing in the Champions Hockey League. Can you tell us a little bit? I mean, I chatted to you a little bit after that game. I know you were like, how many shots did I face there? Like,
it was a lot.
It was kind of an incredible start.
Yeah.
How has your beginnings to the clan been?
It's, you know what, it's been very positive. And I know the Champions League was, at least those first couple games were very, you know, a little bit disappointing.
Pretty tough.
It was a bit of a reality check, I think, for our league and for this club. But it was a lot of fun, you know. It was fun for me on a personal level to be back playing against a team of that caliber again. And I think that our team took a lot from it, and we learned a lot about ourselves and where maybe our team truly does fit in the grand scheme of Europe. And you know, as from an organization, we learn things that you can improve on, especially moving forward in the CHL, you know, whether it be getting together a couple weeks earlier to, you know, be a little bit more prepared for that kind of a test. But as the CHL went on, I felt like we really rebounded and
the results got better, didn't
yeah,
they?
we dug
jumps.
deep. That 3-1 game against Sweden in Braehead was a huge confidence boost, and I think that result really springboarded into the German game and being able to pull out a win there and secure 2 spots for the league next year.
And then you come into the regular season, and your first game's Fife
Fife,
away, and I'm sure that you were told about, I say warned about it, but I guess that probably is the right word, warned about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, people had talked and fans had talked about, oh man, you're going to really enjoy Fife. I mean, oh man, those Fife fans, they're crazy over there. And I'm like, well, I don't know, I heard the Braehead fans are pretty crazy. I said, how much worse can it really be, you know? Like, so, but you know, we've been around a long time. We've played in front of a lot of very hostile people and hostile crowds, but they were no exception. They were, you know, they came out loud and strong, and you know, but truthfully, being in an atmosphere that's that electric, you know, even as an opposing team, it can kind of lift you a little bit because you sort of get that fire, and you're like, you know, let's stick it to all these people, you know, like let's go out there and stick it to them.
Plus, you've got the fans now who've got your
we had a whole section anyway. I mean, they were giving them a run for the money.
It was busy, and you've heard your song then?
I have heard my song, and I love my song. I'm in the middle of the goal. Not only do you know my name.
Yeah.
But if you're not familiar with who I am, the song will tell you my location on the ice, and I think that's very important to
for opposition.
For anybody, yeah.
He's one of possibly 2 people.
One of those guys. I'm guessing he's the purple one. So that's, you know, I think it's creative and I love it.
Well, there you are. As long as you've got your song straight away, that's
what I got.
Now, just sort of finally, you did mention there last season. Now, it's funny, people kind of mention these things sometimes. How definite is that? Are you thinking that for sure, or is it a little bit more open? You know, sometimes you see how these kind of things go, and
I'm not gonna say it's definite. Yeah. I mean, it's you know, this is my 11th season. You know, my daughter is 11. I've missed her entire life.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff at home that, you know, as my kids are getting older and getting more involved in sports, I have a hunger to be around for some of that.
Of course, yeah.
So it's you know, I'm not gonna say never.
Yeah.
But we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see where it goes. Yeah. Obviously, I'm enjoying my time here, and if I promise you this: if I am going to play again, it's going to be in Braehead. So
fantastic.
Sure. I don't know if I want to go anywhere else other than after being here with these guys, these fans, people like yourself and Alistair. It's been a real treat so far.
Oh, fantastic. Well, if you do leave, you have to set up an official Braehead supporters club wherever you go.
I'm in.
That's the real.
I'm in. Yeah.
And I've heard Jamie Fritsch has been coming around playing a bit of guitar with you as well.
He's good. Let me tell you. I mean, if I could, I'd put my guitar away and just sing, and he could just take care of the whole thing. I mean, he's got some skills. Let me tell you. So.
Well, I think we should maybe if we wrap it up with a wee song. You've got anything in mind then, just to kind of wrap up the interview? What are you thinking?
Man, a little song, man. Oh, man, it's like Chris Holt in the middle of our Chris Holt. There you go. Chris Holt in the middle of our goal. Chris Holt in the middle of our goal. Chris Holt in the middle of our Chris Holt. That's it, take it. In the middle of our Chris Holt. In the middle of our, you know where it is. Cut. Let's fade out.
Let's fade that out.
Fade to black.
Fade out. You shouldn't still be on us now.
Yeah, we probably should have rehearsed that ending properly. Well, a big thanks to Chris there for letting us into his beautifully decorated home. Love what you've done with the place there. Big thanks to Chris. Okay, now it's competition time, and for your chance to win a signed Champions Hockey League jersey, so that's hugely limited availability for those, all you have to do is answer the following question. Which kind of milk does Chris Holt say aids with his recovery? Is it A, chocolate milk, B, almond milk, or C, spilt milk? That's A, chocolate milk, B, almond milk, or C, spilt milk. It's all competition entries into Twitter, please. Make sure you include the correct answer at Braehead Clan, as well as the link to this show. You need all three elements to be included. A few people missing out there on their potential competition prize. But that prize to win a signed Champions League hockey jersey there, a fantastic one. Get entering now. Okay, well, we are almost out of time, but we have got a little bit left to look at the month ahead, as well as some messages from the supporters and the club. First up, this Saturday at 5:30, it's a trip through to Edinburgh as the Clan take on the Capitals, looking to capitalise on their 3-0 victory last time. On Sunday, the very night after, it's a trip to Coventry, taking on the Blaze, former Clan man Neil Trim, one to look out for there. And Friday, the 9th of October, at last the Clan return to their home, Braehead Arena, to take on the Fife Flyers in the Challenge Cup. The very next night, Clan at home again in the league and the cup, taking on the Dundee Stars, looking for a little revenge. Sunday the 11th, the reverse fixture, Clan over at Dundee. Thursday the 15th of October, a first midweek game of the season, the Braehead Clan take on the Manchester Storm, very much welcome back to the Elite League. Saturday the 7th of October, league and cup double-header, Braehead Clan take on the Edinburgh Capitals. And then the very next night, the Clan travel down to Sheffield to take on the Steelers. And on Sunday, the 25th of October, Clan travel to Kirkcaldy to take on the Fife Flyers in the league. And finishing off the month on Saturday, the 31st of October, a Halloween special as the Braehead Clan host the Belfast Giants. And now just some time for some messages from the club and supporters alike. Tuesday the 13th of October, there's a meet and greet and open mic night at Bank Street Pub in the West End of Glasgow. Ryan Finnerty, Richard Hartman, Marcus Scotts all in attendance, and we'll also be hoping to persuade Chris Holt and Jamie Fritsch to take to the stage for the open mic night. Don't think Chris Holt will need much encouragement. Section N are also doing a raffle for 2 hospitality tickets for the 4th of December against Cardiff Devils. That's to help raise funds for some of their fantastic displays. Plus, they'll also be doing an auction in November too, so keep an eye out on their Facebook and Twitter account for more details of that. And the official supporters club have asked us to announce the following events and travel details. The Clan Gathering, the Q&A, will be on Tuesday, October the 6th at The Experience. There's also the Halloween party, Sunday, November the 1st at Bavaria. And the Sportsman's Dinner will take place on Friday, November the 13th at David Lloyd in Renfrew. Sure to be a fantastic night. Some great speakers lined up for that. And travel details of all upcoming events can be found on BraeheadClanOSC.com, where you can also book online. Alternatively, you can visit the OSC desk during the first and second intermissions in the arena foyer during the home nights. So there you have it, some fantastic away trips coming up. Get yourselves booked for those, always great fun. And of course, at last, some home games coming our way. Looking forward to that. Just a quick reminder of our competition question. Remember, which kind of milk is it that Chris Holtze aids with his recoveries? A, chocolate milk, B, almond milk, or C, spilt milk. Make sure you include @BraeheadClan with your answer, and of course the link to this show. Make sure you get all three elements in or you won't be considered. There you have it. That's all the time we've got here. Thanks for watching the Clan Show, and we'll see you next month.